There are tens of millions of people in the United States who are under an extreme weather threat this morning after a weekend of deadly storms. Officials say 4 children are among 19 dead across Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Kentucky. Hundreds of others are hurt. At least 14 tornadoes were reported Sunday alone. So it is a big concern this morning. And Steve Futterman is live with us from Los Angeles on the story. Wide swath of destruction. I mean, these pictures are incredible, Steve, through the U.S. Midwest. What's the latest you're hearing in terms of just the extent of the devastation?
Well, there's massive destruction in these 4 states that you mentioned, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Kentucky. You know, this is a holiday weekend here in the U.S., but it's not been a holiday for many people in those 4 states. You've mentioned the death toll. It's not just been destruction, it's been death as well. People telling these remarkable stories of how they survived, going into their laundry room, going into their bathroom, finding places that might be secure. This is one man in Texas telling how he survived when the tornado went through his town.
The owner came around honking his horn, warning everybody to get out. I don't know why I heeded that warning, but glad I did. I grabbed my dog, we headed for there, and it just, it was just unbelievable, the sound of all the destruction going on around us.
It's terrible. It's amazing the destruction and the loss that has been experienced in this tornado, not only here in Valley View, but at the other locations here in North Texas.
And you heard that gentleman mention Valley View. That town alone suffered 7 deaths. We've heard these stories of a restaurant that was completely destroyed. There was a cooler in the restaurant. That's where people hid. When they left the cooler, there was nothing left, but they survived. Millions, or not millions, but hundreds of thousands of people are without electricity in these 4 states. And I heard one story, Heather, about a giant big rig truck that was just blown over. That's the strength of these tornadoes in the severe weather.
I mean, really, just every picture is just wrenching to look at what these people have lost. And the extreme weather threat continues this morning. Steve, I know there are millions under various watches and warnings and threats. What's the latest weather forecasting detail?
Well, this weather system is moving east. It's leaving Texas, Kentucky, Oklahoma, and Arkansas, but it's moving east. So people on the East Coast are going to be hit by possibly extreme weather as well. You mentioned there's extreme weather watches in really many states going up and down the East Coast from New York to Savannah, Georgia. So they could face really some potential problems there. The possibility of tornadoes, hail, strong winds. And we mentioned Texas. Yes, these storms are out of Texas, but today in Texas, there's extreme heat. In Del Rio, Texas, today, the forecast calls for conditions to be 43 degrees Celsius. So it's storm, it's heat, it's lots of things hitting these states in the U.S.
As you say, not much of a holiday weekend. Lots to worry about as opposed to celebrate. Steve, thank you for everything this morning.
Thank you, Heather.
Steve Futterman is in Los Angeles.